Hey guys, it's Mr. Hines here with another cool art assignment for you all. This one's got some interesting materials, as you can see on the screen, and I really think you're going to like this. So for this assignment I have three sheets of copy paper, I have some sidewalk chalk, and I have a tissue. Now you may notice that the top part of my paper has been ripped, and so we're going to have to let go of a little bit of control here. It doesn't matter what your rip looks like on the top of your paper, but we want to make sure that we have ripped the side of the paper that's going to match up with the one below it. Do you see how that the sides of my paper are lining up? Alright, so I'm going to take my chalk. Let me move this up just a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. And I'm going to put it on its side like that I am trying to color a blue sky. I guess in this case it'd be a red sky, but if I were using crayons and I were going to try to color my sky, I'd put my crayon on its side so that I could cover more ground more quickly. And when we put our chalk on its side like this, we're able to get more of the dust off of it. And the dust is what's going to be really important. So I'm only rubbing my chalk on the paper that I have torn. You can see that on the edges it's starting to get a little bit darker. And once I've gotten myself a good amount of dust, I'm going to take my tissue here and I'm going to wipe up. And you'll see that I'm putting a decent amount of pressure. I'm pushing into it just enough to get as much of that dust off as I can. And you can tell that the paper that I was coloring is a lot lighter than it was from where the chalk has been removed. And whenever I think I've gotten about as much chalk dust as I can get off, I'm going to take my paper away, and we see that only the parts that I wiped up from have chalk on them, which I think already this looks super cool, but we're not done here. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to move it down just a little bit lower, and let's get this blue piece of chalk that I was using. Yet again, I'm going to put it on its side. You may have to turn it a few times to find the best spot. And I'm going to color on top of this and get a good amount of chalk dust. Should just be a few more. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to follow that same process again. I'm going to take my tissue and I'm going to wipe up. I folded my paper, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. Just all part of the process. Alright, just getting a little bit too aggressive, I think. I'm doing a little bit too hard. Alright, so let's see what it looks like whenever we pull this back. Oh yeah, that's looking really cool. Now, we can make this even more interesting for ourselves. You see how all that chalk is building up on here? I'm wondering if maybe I wouldn't be able to get as much chalk dust, or if the colors might mix together if I keep on going over on this side. And you know what? I like things to be a little bit different every now and again, and I like this shape, but I wonder what it would look like if I were to tear it again. Ooh, now that's a cool one. So let's see what happens with our new shape that we've made by tearing into our paper. And I'm gonna do something a little bit different this time. I'm gonna try pushing part of it up and still having some white parts showing. And we'll see what happens. Let's get a different color that we haven't gotten before. Let's get this nice yellow. All right. So I put it on its side. And I think to keep from bending my paper, I'm only going to go up. And I do apologize for the noise. This is going to be a little bit of a loud assignment. So you might want to do this outside or not do it while someone's sleeping at home. Alright. Now I'm also wondering myself as I'm doing this on if I need to get more yellow than I did for my blue and red because yellow is a lighter color than red or blue. So I'm wondering if it'll be lighter on my paper. Let's find out. Get our handy dandy little tissue paper. Start to push off. And I really want to make sure I get as much of this yellow as I possibly can. Alright, I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Let's take it away. Ooh, now that's really interesting how that is crossing over here. And from where that yellow is mixing with the blue, do you see how that turned into green? That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here. You can keep on going until there's no more paper. You could keep on tearing, and you don't have to only go up and down. I wonder what it would be like if you turned it a little bit, or if you did it left to right. There's all different kinds of ways that you can do this, and they're all right. So as soon as you try this out, please be sure to have a grown-up help you take a picture of it and download it to your computer so that you can upload it, because I want to see what you guys make with this. Alright, I hope you're doing well, everybody. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.